Thank you so much, IU. And welcome everybody to another meeting of Roseburg Storytellers. I'm very excited again today. We have two excellent speakers. We have a very experienced table topics master, so we are going to have some fun today. And without further ado, I would like to welcome our Toastmaster of the day. She recently accomplished her DTM. She is the president of Witty Birds. Her favorite color is dark blue. And I believe she's wearing a little dark blue right now. She finds it to be a stable, harmonious, and peaceful color that is trustworthy. So without further ado, unmute yourself and let's give a warm Roseburg Storyteller welcome to our Toastmaster today, Asil.
Yay! Thank you, Mr. President, Tiger. Thank you, everyone. So, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, colors are the smiles of nature, and nature wears the colors of the spirit. Colors have significant impact on our life. Colors permeate all aspects of our lives and shapes how we perceive the world. All is connected, and you will find the spectrum of colors on beauty, love, happiness, spring, summer, fall, and winter, everywhere, even here in Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers. Welcome to our colorful meeting, and I am your Toastmaster of the day. Before we proceed, I will go through the agenda. There are 3 parts of the meeting: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation session that would be led by our General Evaluator, Ram Nutaki. Now, I would like to call our helpers to introduce their roles. First, I would like to call Nizar Hader. He is our grammarian. He says, I subconsciously like the green color. Really. I don't know why, but whenever I buy something, I go and grab the green one first thing. Ha ha ha. One day, I will figure out the reason behind this kind of love. This kind of love to the green. Till then, okay, please help me welcome Nizar Hader with his green smile to explain his role. Nizar?
Yes, sorry, I have a problem with the disconnection, so I would keep my camera off. Hello everyone, I'm the grammarian of today, and I will share my screen for the word of the day, and I'll brief you a little bit about my role. As a grammarian of today, I will observe the good use of language and any memorable phrases, as well as I will observe any grammatical lapses. I will give my report at the end of the meeting. The word of today that I chose, I hope you see it, it's glow or glow. It's a noun and verb. It means to produce a continuous light and sometimes heat. For example, the rising sun casts a golden glow over the field. And another meaning, to look attractive because you are happy or healthy, especially with eyes that are shining. For example, the children's faces were glowing with excitement. And another meaning, it reflects a positive feeling. For example, he felt a glow of pride in what she had accomplished. So make sure to use the word of today during your speeches. And back to you, Toastmaster of today. Thank you.
Thank you, Nizar. And I can tell that everyone's face is glowing with excitement. Now we will go to the next helper, Amanda Swartz, our counter. I love all colors, the brighter, the better, but I think pale blue is my favorite as it makes me feel calm. And when I design and plant gardens, I always plant blue flowers amongst white. Always so pretty and so calming to look at it. Please help me welcome Amanda.
Thank you very much indeed, Madam Toastmaster. And as an R counter, I have to say that less is always more when it comes to filler words. I will be looking out for the usual suspects, are, and, so. And I'd like to also make sure that we are aware if we have a habit filler word. Some people like the word then, some people like the word like and put it into their speaking far too much. And if we are aware of the habits we have, we can start to eradicate them. We can start to leave those filler words out of our sentences. So that's what I'm looking for today. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Amanda. And I love your blue earrings. Our next helper is Amy Hartchorn. My favorite color is help me to pronounce this word. Turquoise? Turquoise, okay. I have always loved this color as it reminds me of the ocean. Please help me welcome Amy, our timer.
Thank you, Toastmaster. My role today as timekeeper is to ensure that we all stay within our times. Timing is very important in every part of our lives, from our Toastmasters meetings to baking sourdough bread, which involves very accurate time slots. So being on it and efficient in noting each part of your timing will ensure that your loaf of bread doesn't end up becoming a cookie because you got it all a little wrong. So to ensure we don't get anything wrong in today's meeting, I will be here glowing my background colors to let you know. At green, this is going to be the minimum amount. Sorry, I'm just waiting for my background. Yeah, this will be the minimum amount you can speak for. So mainly this will let you know in table topics. Then at yellow, this will let you know you're nearing the end of your speech. Red is when you really should be wrapping up. And then if it takes it any further, I'll ring a bell to let you know time's up and we need to end. I'll be jumping in with a time report near the end of the meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. I love your backgrounds and also bell. Thank you. Rem Nutaki, our general evaluator. My favorite color is purple, which is the color of the spectacular Canadian rock mountains next to Calgary in Canada, where I grew up. The forested snow-capped peaks with cool mountain breezes are perfect for hiking and camping. Please help me welcome our general evaluator, Ram Nutaki.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. It's my pleasure to be the general evaluator today. And how do we glow as speakers and functionaries? It's through getting feedback through evaluations. Whether you're a beginner or very experienced, we all can learn from evaluations and feedback. And that's something that's a very important part of the Toastmasters journey. And we have and that will be something I'll be giving evaluators to the evaluators, and evaluators will be giving evaluations to the speeches and the table topics. So I'll be back later to evaluate the evaluators, and I'll hand back to the Toastmaster now.
Thank you, Rem. We are looking forward to your evaluation. Thank you. Let's move on to our first part of the meeting, prepared speeches. Ayu Ananta, speaker number 1. My favorite color is ultramarine blue, as it is the color of the sky. It also represents trust. She's working on Visionary Communication Level 5, Develop Your Vision project. The purpose of this project is to develop a detailed vision for your personal life, professional life, or an organization. Time from 5 to 7 minutes. Her evaluator, Sarah Diaz, evaluator number 1. She said that her favorite color is blue because in clothes is very combinable and in generally is relaxing. It reminds me of the sky and the sea. So now, please help me welcome to the virtual stage our first speaker, Ayu Ananta, with your speech titled From Members to Members for Members. From Members to Members for Members. Ayu Ananta.
Indonesia tanah airku, tanah tumpah darahku. For the people, to the people, and from the people. Today, my country flag is glowing across our archipelago because of our Independence Day, exactly today. And what I just sang for you is my national anthem. That philosophy of my country, from the people, to the people, and for the people, inspired me with my title today, From the Member, to Members, and for Members. Fellow Toastmaster, dear guests, as VPE of Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers, that is my vision for this amazing club. I like to say as RSS and its beauty. The cultural background that our member has. Silpa is from India. Nizar lives in Amman. Melva is Indonesian. Our members, in terms of usage of English, some have spoken English for their whole entire life, like Kevin and Tiger. And some speaks English for their second language, like myself. In terms of age, this is obvious. I will not explain this too far. And our XS members level in Toastmaster. Michelle, Vicky, Amanda, Azil, they are accomplished Toastmaster. Yasmin and Amy, they are intermediate or experienced Toastmaster. Rebecca is new in Toastmaster. In terms of patience, Federico understands social media. Oh, he is good. Junaid cares about education. Alice loves to sing. And I believe Panos loves to swim. Yeah, too bad Panos cannot join us today. So, fellow Toastmaster, dear guests, those 5 things that RSS have in diversity are my reason to fall in love with this club and willing to do an extra mile. let me explain my vision, because in this page, I will just share you some aspect of my vision. And then the next one, I will go, for the next page, the second speech, I will explain about what is the plan, the goal, and how to implement that. So this page, I will just inform you about what I mean with from member. Just like me, I am the member of this club. This is from member, and I serve as Vice President of Education. Like Sarah and the whole leadership team. All of them may be leaders. They are leaders. They are leaders in this fantastic club, but they are also members. Sarah is organizing our club anniversary next month. She is a member too. And she's leading. She will lead us on that day, on that event. To the members and for the members to have a fun learning experience, for the members to grow in communication, leadership skills, for members to be able to serve the community. And how I put it? In terms of leadership, I will try to encourage everybody, every members, to take roles in meetings. My example will be as the Toastmaster of the day, Asil today is leading. And in terms of exco role or leadership team, Tiger is leading as the president of this club. In terms of communication, everybody will get the same chance to speak. And in terms of serving the community of the world, I'm thinking about doing an active things in mentoring and coaching. So to summarize all this in maybe one paragraph, I would like to say, to create a club culture where all members having the opportunity to be better by providing the support necessary to reach their personal goals. Back to you, Asil.
I was muted. Thank you, Ayu. Congratulations on the Independence Day in Indonesia. Beautiful speech. Our second speaker, Vicky Mustafa, speaker number 2, says that her favorite color is maroon. The term maroon is named after the French word chestnut. Maroon is often used to represent intense and passionate things such as confidence, creative thoughts, excitement, strength, risk, passion, love, ambition, courage, warmth, and beauty. Most of the words describe my life story. So beautiful, Vicky. She is working on presentation mastery, level 4, managing a difficult audience. The purpose of this project is to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when you present outside of your Toastmasters club. Her evaluator is Shilpa. Shilpa says, I like pink. It reminds me of babies, flowers, and my grandma. It was her favorite color too. Now, please help me welcome to the virtual stage our second speaker, Vicky Mustafa with your speech titled The Moment of Truth in Mentoring. The Moment of Truth in Mentoring, Vicky Mustafa.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Last July 24, I was invited to conduct an area director's training in Division B, District 116 in Doha, Qatar, the #1 district in the world for the last 2 years. The division director reminded me about the Moments of Truth training I conducted in their club in 2014 when I was the District 20 director for Qatar, UAE, Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan, and Lebanon. How many of you know about Moments of Truth?
Why are you not listening? You're supposed to listen. Look at the camera. She's talking and she's giving a speech.
Yeah. All right. So how many of you know Moments of Truth? Raise your hands. Okay, that's very few. I'm going to share with you my screen. Am I allowed to share my screen? Right? This is what you call the moment of truth. Can you all see it?
Not yet, Vicky.
All right, because I think it is disabled. Anyway, the moment of truth is an impression of a member or a guest, the moment he or she experiences when he or she enters the club. And there are 8 parameters of the moments of truth. Unfortunately, I couldn't show the slide.
Now you can share the slide.
All right, thank you. So, Moment of Truth is an episode where a person comes in contact with any aspect of the Toastmasters experience and forms an impression on the quality and service. And here are the parameters: first impression, membership orientation, fellowship, variety and communication, program planning and meeting organization, membership strength, and achievement recognition. I would like to emphasize on the under membership orientation, assignment of mentor. My experience as a mentor.
Oh, I totally agree. Mentorship is probably the most important thing.
Yes, and that is why today I'm going to be speaking.
No, I don't agree with Tiger. How about that?
Well, you can agree and we can disagree because this is what Toastmasters is all about. And I like the disagreement part because that is the time when we can know where we all stand and how we are going to defend our statement. Thank you, Ayu and Tiger.
Vicky, your grammar is not correct.
Oh, my grammar. I
am the grammarian here.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm sure that I will be benefiting from all these Grammarian Report. Therefore, let me go back to my mentoring as an experience. I have 3 that I want to let you know how I mentored them. One had just gotten out from the ICU and she has just gotten out from a coma of 1 year. Imagine. And she joined Toastmasters in Doha, Qatar. She approached me and she said, Vicky, you know, I had just come out from a coma and my doctor actually suggested that I join a Toastmasters club. And I mentored her. And do you know what she used to do? After work, she used to come to my home and ask me to mentor her for any role player that she had. She would ask me to mentor her as a grammarian, as an accounter, as a timer, as an evaluator, all the works, because she wanted to improve. She wanted to recall her memory and make sure that her memory becomes sharper and sharper. After 3 years, she got the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. Because of this, she was able to be happy, and she said, Vicky, thank you so much. I said, don't thank me. Thank yourself because you had the commitment and determination.
interrupt, please.
Yes. Oh, Yasmin, do you have any question?
Yes, Madam Speaker, this moment of truth has to be something to do with the club.
I think yes, but I'm specifying on mentors because the moment of truth specifies also on mentor. Thank you very much for that. And therefore, my second mentee was somebody who couldn't speak in front of the audience. Every time she would stand up, she would cry. And then I sat down with her for 3 months until the time that she could speak to the audience, and she was nominated in a Qatar gas company as the best presenter. We all have hope. The third one was a very aggressive person. He hated the audience. Every time he would stand up, he would think that the audience would laugh at him. But then I had some sessions with him, and at the end, he felt that the audience was very supportive. Therefore, mentoring is very important, Toastmaster Yasmin. And I hope that you will also approach a mentor, or you would also mentor somebody, because this is something that is, I find, as a pillar in our Toastmasters Club.
Vicky, I think you are wrong. I think that mentoring is important, but I think feedback is much more important.
Of course,
much more.
Thank you. Yes, mentoring. But when you mentor, aren't you also giving feedback to your mentee, right? So this is something that is related. We are all doing mentoring, giving evaluation, and all that, all because we want our members to improve. Going back to my area director training in Doha, Qatar, that I was able to conduct a very, interactive training. And I asked all of them, do you all have mentors? Because even today, I have a mentor. I have several mentors. Do you know that after I deliver my speech, my distinguished evaluator will evaluate me, but I will also ask others to evaluate me in case there may be other perspectives of how to be a better speaker. Dear fellow Toastmasters, I would like to request that you all approach a mentor or volunteer as a mentor. You never know the lives that you will be able to change in this Toastmasters journey. By the way, in RSS, we value each other's success, we value each other's achievement, and because of that, we are able to share our knowledge and skills. I would like to ask all of you, and I'm waiting for the timer to let me know whether it is on the green signal. Asil, do you have any question? Toastmaster Asil.
Yes, I have questions.
Yes.
For example, we have member who doesn't understand English very well, but she desires to be Toastmaster so much, so she comes to every meeting, and so in this way, how can you be a mentor to the person when it's hard to explain something? So do you have any ways to explain things? Vicky?
Yes, very interesting question, Toastmaster Asil. Actually, we have experienced that in Doha, Qatar, and in Jordan, where I have founded several clubs. Most of them didn't know English very well. I would even say that our dear Nizar Khader, when he approached me maybe 4 years back, he wasn't really speaking good English because he was speaking most of the time in Arabic. But what I recommended to him was to keep attending Toastmasters meetings and keep talking to somebody like me who would speak to him in English. And look at him today. This is a shining example of somebody who was determined to learn the language, to make sure that he's able to express and communicate very well. And that is the meaning of somebody who is committed and dedicated. Hats off to you, Nizar. You're doing such a good job. Is there any other question? Amanda, it looks like you were going to, unmute yourself. Go ahead, Amanda.
I would like to know about the first impressions. Do you suggest that a club asks for feedback from their visitors, verbally and perhaps written examples of what they feel when they visit a club?
This is a very good idea. Why? You make the guests feel important. You make them feel that they are acknowledged and all their feedback, comments are valid. Therefore, what are we doing now? We ask them for their feedback and we ask them a written feedback. Sometimes when I'm the one who's in control of the meeting, I would joke with the guest. I would say, okay, can you give us a positive feedback? And when you're going to give a negative feedback, talk to me after the meeting. And they would laugh. And they would be, casual about this and really give a positive and helpful feedback. It's always good to look for comments from outsiders because sometimes when we are inside the situation, we don't see what others can see from the outside perspective. Thank you very much for that question. Any more questions? I really welcome. What about Toastmaster Shilpa? Any question?
Hi, Vicky.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to ask you that what about people like me who are hesitant to take up mentors? I don't know how to choose a mentor. What should I do?
Very, very good question. If I were you, Shilpa, observe in the next few meetings, who do you think is the best person? Who do you think has time? Who do you think is somebody who's always eager to give evaluation, feedback, who's always cheering on somebody? I believe that a mentor is somebody who's positive, who's somebody who will never bring you down, and somebody who will always encourage and motivate you. And that's what happened to me during my time when I had my first mentor. With all the mistakes I have made and all the bloopers, she kept encouraging me. She said, Vicky, don't give up. Failures or mistakes are always the step to success. So keep going, and here I am after 21 years. I'm still with Toastmasters, passionate. I remember Toastmaster Shilpa when Simon Sinek said,
Vicky, that one on that things, my experience is very different. You said I need to observe somebody to be my mentor. How can I know about that? In my experience, my VPE is actually appoint someone, and I believe my VPE knows the best to assign someone for me. Since I was back then, know nothing about no one, and he actually gave me a mentor, and the mentor he gave to me is actually perfect, and I feel that is the best way to have a mentor and not just choose someone, because I can be wrong and somebody else outside me maybe know about me more than
thank you.
myself.
Thank you, Ayu. I believe our time is almost up. Ayu, thank you. I understood your question. If I were you, the VP education would always give choices to the mentee. I will give you a mentor now, but if you are not comfortable with that mentor, which sometimes it happens, you can always choose your own mentor in the future.
How if I choose and I choose, but then
Toastmaster, we can speak about this after the meeting. We can contact each other via WhatsApp, Messenger, and email, and I will be gladly and happy to reply to your response. Thank you very much, everyone, for this wonderful discussion, and I hope to see all of you.
I still have one more.
Thank you. I will leave my email and contact with the organizers of this event. You can contact me anytime. Have a good day. Thank you.
That was fun, Vicky. Thank you so much. Well done. Congratulations on completing this project. So now let's move to another segment called Table Topics. Yasmin Telwala, our Table Topics master, she says that my favorite color is black. It's simply because I get compliments upon putting black dresses from friends and colleagues. And since then, I thought, wow, black is good to keep me warm, and also it doesn't get dirty easily. And on the top of it, I get lots of compliments. So please help me welcome our Table Topics master, Yasmin Telwala. Yasmin, you have 14 minutes for the Table Topics session.
Thank you very much, the Toastmasters of the day. Today's theme, colors are the smile of the nature. And you people here, your presence, that's the smile for RSS. Today, in this session, I will try to make you help or guess certain choices as to what you would do if life put us up something in front of you. It's related to colors. You have 2 minutes to go about it. The timer is going to say green, then 1:30 will be yellow, and 2 is the time limit for this Table Topic session. We can have 3 to 4, I guess 2 to 3, because this is what time will allow us. So I'm very excited about this session, and I encourage you all to be as innovative, as humorous, as creative you could be. I'm on my mobile. I might not be able to see you on screen. So just please unmute yourself and let me know if you are okay to take up the question. Can I begin with Julie? Julie, are you there? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great, excellent. This one is for you, Julie. Which one would you choose? Glowing golden sun or the glittering gold? And why? To you, Julie.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, very much. Which one would you choose? Glowing golden sun or the glittering gold? And why?
If I would choose the golden sun or
glittering gold.
Gold?
The glittering gold.
I don't understand.
Am I audible?
Glittering gold?
Yes, glittering gold.
So what I do with the gold, I don't know. I had some gold when I was married on my finger, and then my husband told me it was lost. I didn't believe him. I was almost sure he gave it away to someone for sex in Marseille. So I was very unhappy about it. And if I remained with some gold, my daughter took it when she was last visiting me. What I really like is sun. The beautiful sun and the beautiful sky. The sky is very important to me. And let me tell you a very short story, because that is a storytelling club. One day after I decided to leave my husband, he told me, "You will see, you will regret it." And I went to buy food for my children, and suddenly they told me, "Your card is no more valid. You have not enough money on your card." My husband took all the money from my card. And no, I will not. Why should I prove to control my camera? I don't understand. Anyway, I went home and I was crying, and suddenly I see the sky. The sun was shading down, and the sky and the clouds were beautiful red. And I realized that the sky is always there and will be always there, free for us. We don't have to pay for the beautiful sky. We don't have to pay for the clouds. Even if I don't have money in the bank, I will have the pleasure of the sky.
The best things in the nature are always free of cost. That's the beauty God has given us, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vijay. You said it all very nicely, as Vijay said. You delivered the message very beautifully, Julie. And what we liked is how you beautifully connected the two themes. So this remains as sort of inspiration for the next speakers. If I may request Angela. Angela, are you ready for my next question? Can I have you, please?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me? Gotcha.
Yes. So here we go, Angela. Which one would you choose? Watching green parrots flying or playing on the green grass field? I repeat, which one would you choose? Watching green parrots flying or playing on the green grass field, and why?
You know, you always look at nature and you think, you know, about the green parrots flying. There's something really beautiful about a bird flying, because the feathers, to me, whenever I see a bird flying, I'm always fascinated with its feathers. Have you ever seen how fine they are? Yet somehow all the feathers come together and they flap away in the breeze as if by magic. And somehow they're all in sync with each other. You also speak of the green grass. How would I like to be on it playing? In a way, yes. You know, I'm not crazy about sitting on the grass. Do you know why? Because there are things there that crawl on you and they bite, like ants. I don't like biting ants. When you ask me to put the two together, yes, I absolutely love sitting on the cool grass on a hot summer's day, or just walking barefoot on the grass to just feel the earth vibrations. For peace in my mind personally, I love to see birds fly. Green parrots? Yes, I think I would go with green parrots. I would imagine myself on their back. Where are they going? What are they seeing? What are they thinking? Imagine being a parrot looking down on the world. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. My choice, the green parrot. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Angela. Thank you very much. We really liked the humor, the tinge of humor that you put in your speech, and the way you made us visualize ourselves being parrot flying in the sky. Very well done, Angela. May I have Vijay? Would you like to go for the next question, Vijay? Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. We can't hear you, Vijay. Please unmute yourself.
I would like to meet up the expectations of this very esteemed group. I don't know whether I'll be able to succeed in that or not. Let me try. Yes, please put up the question.
Great, thank you very much. And we really like your spirit, knowing that this is the very first time you are coming to Toastmasters ever. So please feel free, and we really value your
I'm in the company of such great talent. So it's kind of infectious. So I'm learning from you guys, all the parrots.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vijay. Here comes your question.
Yeah, please.
Blooming as red rose or aging like fine red wine. Which one would you choose and why? I repeat.
Please repeat.
Blooming as red rose or aging like a fine red wine?
Okay. Since you have given me choice, so I would go with the aging red wine, because the wine has seen so many colors and phases in life already. Also includes the phase of a flower and a fruit, and so many distillation and so many things further up in the life. So it has been through thick and thin of life. So I would naturally go with the red wine, which has seen everything in life. So it has become tastier, and it can fulfill the appetite, or whatever you call it, the taste buds of anyone out there in the world. So I'll go with that, rather of just having that sight of a rose. So that's my choice.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Vijay. And the toast for this, we toast a red wine for this very choice of you, and all flowers for your very excellent impromptu very first. Indeed, we really liked it.
Thank you so much, members.
Thank you. We are a bit limited by time, and therefore I will have to return the floor back to the Toastmasters of the day. But I can't go without saying that we all have to continue spreading our colors and just keep smiling. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you
so
Yasmin.
much.
Wonderful session, table topics, questions, colorful. Thank you. So now I will call our general evaluator who will be leading the evaluation session. Please help me welcome Ram Nutaki.
Yes, I'll be leading the evaluations now. So our first evaluator evaluating Ayu's speech will be Sarah. So please welcome Sarah.
Thank you, Ram. It is an honor for me today to evaluate Ayu. She was glowing with her speech today. I will start by saying that I really like the title of the speech, From Members to Members, for Members, and the way she related this value of community with her national hymn, and how she started singing it and keeping us expecting. I really like the pauses and the vocal variety, and the way she delivered it with much security and in a very structured, and giving the reasons for the speech, giving the names of the members, giving some examples. I really felt like she was speaking to us, and I think we all did. She uses the word of the day and provide examples of how the paths are going for some of the members, mentioning the new members, the experienced one, etc. What I would like, or I would have liked to have, is a more detailed example of one of that pathway. She mentioned which members are the new ones, the experience, etc. But maybe to have some detailed example of one of them accomplish some icebreaker, and then doing this and doing that, like to have this feeling of growing in our community of this class. The message at the end was really strong. We all got it. And the way of finish, it was great. I just have here many times, don't say thank you at the end. Just finish with the strong sentence, and then that's it. Another technical suggestion is to have more, to have the camera a little bit in a distance that we can see your arms and so, but that's it from the technical side. So in summary, it was a great speech. As I said, I would like to have a more detailed example for the next time and just take care a little bit of these technical things. But great, Ayu. Thank you. Back to you, Asil.
Okay, so now it's time for our second evaluator. Evaluating Vicky's speech, please welcome Shilpa.
Thank you, Ram. When you see a person who is well dressed, who has the background right, you know that this is someone who is in charge. This tone was set by our esteemed speaker Vicky today, who showed us that we were today listening to a speech from someone who could handle situations. And she proved it throughout her speech. There were multiple challenges that came her way, beginning with some tussle with Asil and all. She did not engage in that. She just let it go by. Second time, the slides did not work. But did she get disheartened by it? No. Technical issues are a commonplace thing right now, and it can happen to the best of the people. You need to be not dependent on them. You need to learn how to tackle and move beyond them. Vicky did it very well. Then there was some disagreement between Vicky and Ayu. She took care of it well. One thing I would like to say as a commendation that Vicky would be expecting out of me today was when she talked about grammar, I thought that part could have been not stretched a little bit, it could have been shortened a little bit, taking the time out. But sometimes it's needed, I understand that. And when she ended the argument with Yasmin saying, "Thank you very much," that was a way to let the person who was creating that disruption know that, okay, we need to move beyond this point. So it was a very polite and a professional way to take care of that situation. And when she gave the feedback, she threw the ball in the other person's court by asking, don't you think so, or aren't you supposed to do that? I would suggest her to avoid the throwing back into the person who's posing questions at you, because then it gives them a chance to linger on with that questions. She excelled the tone. Her grammar was good. She did not lose the focus of the story. In between of all those disagreements and challenges, we could still get a grasp on what she was trying to convey, the message that she was trying to convey. We understood the stories of three mentees well, and she also motivated us. She kept us interested and engaged to keep going, to have a mentor ourselves. That there was a call of action at the end, and the message was important. It was conveyed well. In the end, when her time was short and there was a disruption, she handled it very well. And then she gave out the contact details. It could have been shortened a little bit, but then very well done. Vicky, we all learn from you. Keep delivering so that we also learn how to do that. Thank you. Back to you, Ram.
Thank you very much, Shilpa. It's now time for our Grammarian Report. So please welcome Nizar to the stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator of today. Sorry, I have some misconnection the internet. I couldn't hear every speaker, but I caught many good use of language. And for example, I'll start with Amanda as an counter. She said, less is always more. Less is always more when it comes to filler words. I like this one. And Amy, she summarized her rule by saying timing is very important in every aspect of our life. I like that. And she said, I will be here glowing my background color. So I like that use of language in her sentence. Ayu, she summarized her whole speech in one sentence, which is from the people, to the people, and for the people, and reflected this sentence on from the members, to the members, and for the members. I like that. Vicky, she used a very technical, she used a very good technique in her language, which is stressing the letters when she wants to emphasize on something. For example, there are 8 categories in moments of truth. Or for example, yes, we can agree and disagree. So she managed the conflict between her and the audience by stressing on the letters. I like that so much. For example, and my second mentee, I like it from here. For example, and moments of truth can be specific as well. So in answering the conflict between her and the member, she was stressing on the letters. I like it so much. And Yasmin, she did that as well in encouraging one of our guests. For example, when she said, "Thank you for your spirit." Thank you for your spirit. Although this is the very first time attending our meeting, so she stressed the very first, which shows some encouragement to our members and guests. I like Sarah when she said, use the word of the day, when she said Ayu was glowing with her speech today, using the word of today. I couldn't catch a lot of grammatical lapses. We were all good. I caught 2, by the way. One is, you need not dependent on them. I hear this. I hear this like this, and maybe to use, you need not to depend on them. Other than that, I think there is one more quote that I hear. Some spoken English for their entire life. Maybe we can say some are speaking English for their entire life. I'm not sure if this is right or wrong, but this is my personal opinion. That's it for me, and back to you, our general evaluator for today.
Thank you very much, Nizar. So it's now time to find out how it did with our filler words. So please welcome our counter, Amanda.
Thank you very much indeed, Ram. I will say that today was a particularly good meeting in terms of filler words. There were a few of us who used a little bit too much. Sarah, and somebody who, a new Toastmaster doing his first topic today, had a few R's, and they are perfectly acceptable for a new speaker. What I did notice is that many of us, not all, but many of us, use the word and too much. Try not to start your sentences with and or so. Just pause and smile, and you will glow instead of using a filler word. So think about that. I have to commend Vicky for her very long speech with many interruptions, had 2 little filler words, but that was excellent for the time that she spent, and all of those rude people who interrupted her. Well done, everybody, today. Filler words were at a minimum. Less was more today. Well done. Back to you, Ram.
Thank you very much, Amanda. And it's now time for the Timekeeper's Report. Please welcome Amy.
Thank you, Ram. We had everyone keeping in good time today. We started with Ayu, who spoke for 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Then we had Vicky talking for, it was 15 minutes and 58 seconds near the end there due to all her interruptions. We had, with our table topics, Julie speaking for 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Angela spoke for 1 minute and 21 seconds. And Vinji spoke for 59 seconds. So we almost got the minute there, which is very well done. We then had in our evaluations, Sarah spoke for 2 minutes and 58 seconds, and Shilpa spoke for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Exactly, so that's everyone in and pretty much on time. So that's great. Back to you, Ram.
Thank you very much, Amy. So now it's time for my general evaluators report. So first, let me give some feedback to the evaluators. So the first evaluator was Sarah. Yeah, I thought she did a really really good analysis of the speech, of IU's speech, and she gave some good commendations and recommendations. And I think she had a good structure. She put the commendations and recommendations in good order, and I think she had a good wrap up. My only suggestion for Sarah is at the end, it's best to probably just say that the recommendations and then spend some time at the commendations. Spend a bit more time on the commendations, so we're left with the idea, of the commendations. We always like to leave on a very positive note. The next evaluator was Shilpa, and I think, yeah, again, I think she did a very nice job. She picked up, there's a lot of material to evaluate. So congratulating her on picking up a lot of the different things to comment on the interruptions and to say how well she thought Vicky handled them. So I thought that was very well done. My only recommendation could be possibly to just, again, I think part of the objectives of the speech was actually to talk about how Vicky handled the difficult audience. Maybe she would have put all those pieces together, where she talked about different kinds of interruptions and how Vicky handled it. So that could have been useful. But overall, a very nice job. And now I'll just sum up the meeting. So yeah, I thought the meeting, as always, very energetic, very friendly. I think starting with IU and Tiger, and throughout the meeting, you could see there's a very warm, friendly atmosphere. The only thing is there might be some things you might consider, because the way you do evaluations is very different than what I'm used to. So maybe I'll just point out some things. Sometimes I think it's useful to have tabletop evaluations. I know you might have struggled with time, you might have to rejig the agenda, but that's something you could do, because it is useful to get probably maybe do more table topics and have an evaluation. And the other thing is for the general evaluator at some of my other clubs, we evaluate all the roles that are not evaluated, like timekeeper, grammarian, accounter. So possibly once in a while, you do a longer general evaluator's report and everyone gets some feedback. Or if not, maybe the VPE or some of the experienced members can give all the functions, because people like timekeeper, grammarians sometimes are quite new to the club, and it's also useful for them to know how they did the roles and how they could improve. But overall, a really good meeting, and maybe you could think about how to give more evaluations to more of the functionaries and the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ram, for your great evaluation session. Great feedback as well. And thank you everyone for bringing the colors to the meeting. I will now call our club president, Tiger. He says that his favorite colors are black and green. I like to wear black, as it goes with everything. I love greens in nature. Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Asil. An excellent job of being the Toastmaster today. Ram, thank you so much for your general evaluation. It's always nice to have experienced guests to give us feedback on how we're doing. We did something today that is a miracle. We're actually on time. This is the first time we've been on time for quite a while. So excellent timekeeping, Amy. That a girl. Way to keep us rolling a seal. So let's get some impressions from guests real quick while we have time. I would love to hear from Rebecca. Could you give us a little bit of feedback on your experience today?
Yes, good morning, everybody. I actually enjoyed this whole meeting. I learned a lot, especially from the speech of Vicky, being a new member, you know, and it brings into perspective the mentoring. That put a lot of thinking on my part, being a new member and how to approach somebody to be my mentor. But there was a question that I wanted to ask, but I didn't have time, and I knew that she also was under time limit. Being a new member and being in front of everyone, I could definitely approach Vicky to be my mentor, but then I know that she has a lot of people under her wing. And then for me to have to approach any of you, and since this is my only Toastmasters club, I'm in a quandary. I don't know who to approach. I'm very respectful of your private lives, and I don't want to impose. So how do I proceed? That's where I'm at. I can definitely approach anyone, but you know, my culture, we have to be respectful on who to approach. So that's my experience of today's learning. You know, it was very educational to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. And Angel, the other Rebecca, our guest, would you like to give us some comments about your experience today? Not there? How about Rajit? Can you share with us your experience today? Okay, moving on. How about you, Vijay? How was it to talk in front of people for the first time?
Well, it was beyond imagination, very overwhelming. And I got to hear so many good orators, kind of best in their own way. So a lot of learning has to come up. I'll get so much to learn here, and looking forward to many, many more meetings and participation out here. So this was very rewarding experience. I have no words to express it upright.
Thank you, Vijay. And yes,
Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for coming. Julie.
That's my pleasure, sir.
Julie, how was your experience for your first time here at Roseburg Speakers, Storytellers?
It was nice to see so many members I have already met and knew, and hear interesting things, informative things. I was waiting almost all the time to hear personal stories, because I believed it is a storytelling club, and that I did not yet hear, but probably other time you have more storytelling in the meeting. I hope in other storytelling clubs we will tell more stories and less speech.
Thank you, Julie. And yeah, please come back. We typically do more storytelling, but please come back. We want you to come back as many times as we can get you here. Yasmin is smiling and shaking her head, as so is IU. Duff, would you like to give us your impressions of today's meeting real quick? Go ahead. I think I've got you unmuted. Hold on. Let's see here.
Mr. President, can you please adjourn the meeting first before everybody, because everybody start going.
Okay. I am muted. Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
go ahead. Go ahead, Duff. And go ahead, Duff.
Yeah, it's just really interesting to see all the different people speaking. Yeah, it's very nice to be here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We hope you come back. And real quick, Angela, give us your impressions.
Hi. You know, a lot of people might think that I've been speaking for a long time. I haven't. I only joined Toastmasters last year when I was in Oregon. I was a committed member for 3 months last year whilst I was in the States, only rejoining this year around about April until now. I just want to say to everyone, whatever you do, the effort you put in is what you are going to get out. Never be afraid to speak. We all have a story inside of us. Everything you see is a story. As you're walking down the road, it is everything. Encourage each other, stand by each other, never be afraid. Just get up there and do it. I think what you've created here is a perfect blended club. For me, zooming in from London, it's amazing. Zooming in from Cambodia, from India, you have created something so unique. You have no idea how amazing it is. I think it was a great time.
Thank you so much. And on that positive note, I'm going to go ahead and end our meeting early. How about that? You guys, we did awesome today. It was a great meeting. We stayed on time. I had a fantastic time. It was a wonderful theme. So let's go ahead and stop the recording. I know Michelle, would you like to add some closing comments before we shut this thing down? You're muted.
Okay, my mouse wasn't working. Sorry, I have 3 devices, so they're echoing. I have a big event right after this, so I had 3 devices on. Anyway, I so appreciate that everyone cooperated. Everyone was so efficient. I felt so proud, like a mom sitting back just watching her kids doing wonderfully. So that is how I felt. Thank you so much, Tiger. Shall I now?
Okay, so
I am ready to click.
Okay, let's go ahead and officially end the meeting. Thank you very much.